Welcome to Demal Consult Career Academy. In today's video, we'll be diving deep into the world of Scrum, with a focus on 50 essential terminologies you need to know as a Scrum Master. Whether you're preparing for an interview or looking to strengthen your understanding of the Scrum framework, this comprehensive guide will equip you with the key terms and concepts that are crucial for any Scrum Master role. Understanding these terminologies is not just about acing your interview. It's about mastering the language of Agile practices to lead your team effectively and deliver successful projects. Let's get started. Here are 50 key terms commonly used in the Scrum framework for Scrum Masters. 1. Scrum Master, a facilitator for the team and product owner who ensures that the Scrum framework is followed. 2. Product Owner, the person responsible for maximizing the value of the product and managing the product backlog. 3. Development Team, a cross-functional group of professionals who do the work of delivering a potentially releasable increment of done product at the end of each sprint. 4. Sprint, a time-boxed period, usually between 1 to 4 weeks, during which a potentially shippable product increment is created. 5. Sprint Planning, a meeting at the beginning of the sprint where the team plans the work to be completed during the sprint. 6. Daily Scrum, a 15-minute time-boxed event held every day for the development team to synchronize activities and create a plan for the next 24 hours. 7. Sprint Review, a meeting at the end of the sprint to inspect the increment and adapt the product backlog if needed. 8. Sprint Retrospective, a meeting at the end of the sprint where the team reflects on the past sprint and plans for improvements in the next sprint. 9. Product Backlog, an ordered list of everything that is known to be needed in the product. 10. Sprint Backlog, the set of product backlog items selected for the sprint, plus a plan for delivering the product increment and realizing the sprint goal. 11. Increment, the sum of all the product backlog items completed during a sprint and all previous sprints, which must be in a usable condition and meet the definition of done. 12. User Story, a short, simple description of a feature told from the perspective of the person who desires the new capability. 13. Epic, a large user story that can be broken down into smaller stories. 14. Story Points, a unit of measure for expressing the overall effort required to fully implement a product backlog item or any other piece of work. 15. Velocity, a measure of the amount of work a team can tackle during a single sprint, usually measured in story points. 16. Burn down chart, a visual representation of the work remaining versus time in a sprint. 17. Definition of done, a shared understanding within the Scrum team of what it means for work to be considered complete. 18. Acceptance criteria, conditions that a product backlog item must satisfy to be accepted by the users or product owner. 19. Impediment, anything that prevents the development team from making progress. 20. Scrum Board, a visual tool that helps teams organize their work into columns representing the different stages of a process, typically to do, in progress, and done. 21. Backlog Refinement, the process of reviewing and updating the product backlog to ensure it is up to date and ready for future sprints. 22. Time Box, a fixed period of time during which a specific activity or task must be accomplished. 23. Sprint Goal, a short, concise statement of what the team plans to achieve during the sprint. 24. Burn-up chart, a visual representation of the work completed versus the total work planned. 25. Cross-functional team, a team composed of members with various skills and expertise needed to complete the work. 26. Self-organizing team, a team that manages its own work and processes without relying on external management. 27. Kanban board, a visual tool used to manage work as it moves through a process, often used in conjunction with Scrum. 28. Cycle time, the amount of time it takes to complete a task or user story from start to finish. 29. Lead time, the total time it takes from when a request is made until it is fulfilled. 30. Work in progress WIP, the number of tasks or user stories currently being worked on by the team. 31. Sprint burndown chart, a chart that shows the progress of the sprint by displaying the remaining work versus the time left in the sprint. 32. Product vision, a long-term goal or description of what the product aims to achieve. 33. Agile Manifesto, a declaration of the values and principles that underpin Agile methodologies, including Scrum. 34. Agile Coach, a person who helps teams and organizations adopt and improve Agile practices. 35. Scrum of Scrums, a technique used to scale Scrum across multiple teams, involving representatives from each team meeting to discuss progress and coordinate efforts. 36. Scaled Agile Framework SAFe, a framework for scaling Agile practices across large organizations. 37. Release planning, the process of planning and preparing for the release of a product or increment. 38. Iteration, another term for sprint, used in some Agile methodologies. 39. Test-driven development TDD, a software development practice where tests are written before the code is implemented. 40. Continuous integration CI, a practice where code changes are frequently integrated into a shared repository and automatically tested. 41. Continuous deployment CD, a practice where code changes are automatically deployed to production after passing tests. 42. Minimum viable product MVP, the smallest version of a product that can be released to gather feedback and validate assumptions. 43. Technical debt, the accumulated cost of shortcuts or suboptimal solutions in software development that need to be addressed later. 44. Refactoring, the process of improving the internal structure of code without changing its external behavior. 45. Pair programming, a practice where two developers work together at one workstation, taking turns writing code and reviewing each other's work. 46. Sprint Zero, an initial sprint used to set up the environment, tools, and framework for the project, often without delivering a product increment. 47. Servant leadership, a leadership philosophy where the leader's main goal is to serve the team and help them succeed. 48. Agile Retrospective, a meeting held at the end of an iteration or sprint to reflect on what went well, what didn't, and how to improve. 49. Spike, a time-boxed research activity used to gather information or explore a solution before committing to implementation. 50. Scrum Artifacts, the 3 key artifacts in Scrum: the product backlog, the sprint backlog, and the increment. These terms cover a broad range of concepts, practices, and roles within the Scrum framework, providing a comprehensive understanding for anyone involved in Scrum-based projects. And that wraps up our deep dive into 50 crucial Scrum terminologies every Scrum Master should know. We hope this video has provided you with valuable insights and a stronger grasp of the key concepts that will help you excel in your Scrum Master interviews and beyond. Remember, mastering these terms is a stepping stone to becoming a successful Scrum Master, capable of guiding your team to Agile excellence. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Damal Consult Career Academy for more tips and resources to boost your career. Thanks for watching, and good luck on your journey to becoming an expert in the Scrum framework.